Hello, yogis, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Miriam, and on this channel, we do all things yoga all the time. Today, I am bringing you a about 30-minute mandala flow. We're going to get into the inner thighs and hips a little bit, but a basic all-around flow. You don't need anything but yourself and your mat. If you like to have other props like yoga blocks or a bolster or a blanket, please feel free to grab those. And as soon as you're ready, meet me on your mat and we'll get started on our backs. You can lie yourself down completely flat on your back in a Shavasana shape. Or as always, you can plant the feet, gently pigeon toe the feet and knock the knees together. Or for today, you might start with the soles of the feet together and let the legs fall out wide. If you have a pair of yoga blocks or even a couple pillows, you can place those under your thighs to support the legs so that you're not doing any work and to not strain into the inner groin or thighs. Take your arms wherever they feel comfortable. Pull the back of the head up towards the back of the mat, so lengthen out the neck. Soften or even close the eyes here. Begin to follow your breath. Before we start to move, we'll take 3 deep cleansing breaths. Just an inhale through the nose and an exhale out the mouth. Deep inhale. Sigh it out. Again, deep inhale. Sigh it out. Last one, deep inhale. And let it go. Start to close up the legs like a book if they're out wide, drawing the knees up and into the chest. Take a few rocks side to side, reawakening the body, preparing for some more movement here. Take those rocks into circles. You can release the knees to create bigger circles. And then take those circles in the opposite direction. Draw the knees up into your chest. Pull your right knee in towards you. Can plant this left foot down onto the mat. Take that right knee wide towards the right armpit. Take a deep inhale. As you exhale, see if you can pull that thigh a little bit closer in towards your side waist. And then release and take big circles through just that right knee, right hip. Then take those circles in the opposite direction. Pull that knee back through center and open and close through the hips. Just taking that right leg out to the right and back through center. And plant that right foot down. Draw the left knee up into the chest. Take it wide towards the armpit. Deep inhale. On your exhale, squeeze that left thigh a little bit closer towards the left side waist. Then release and make big circles through the left hip. And take those circles in the opposite direction. And pull that knee back up into your chest, open and close the hip. Taking the left leg out to the left and back through center. Coming in through center, draw the right knee in to meet the left. Take both knees wide towards the armpits. Squeeze the thighs to the outer edge of the torso. We're right at the beginning of our practice, so you might stay here. If you feel as though you're ready for it, reach your arms up the insides of your legs. Grab the outsides of your feet or ankles and flex the feet up into a happy baby pose, rocking side to side by drawing on one leg and then the other. And coming back through center, release the feet down. Start to rock and roll yourself up and down the spine a few times until you roll all the way up over the knees and into a tabletop position. Planting the wrists right under the shoulders, knees under hips. Few rounds of cat cow here. As you inhale, drop the belly button, arch the spine, pull the shoulder blades together, maybe look up. As you exhale, push the floor away, tuck chin and tailbone, separate the shoulder blades. Inhale, pull it through, arching the spine. Exhale, push back and round. Keep these going with your breath, just noticing, observing, lengthening your inhales and exhales. You might shut the eyes here, soften the eyes, and fully immerse yourself in breath and movement. You can stay right there with these traditional cat-cows or start to roll back through one hip and then the other, arching forward through one shoulder and the other, making big circles with the spine. Still awareness of the breath here. And take those circles in the other direction if you're circling. And find your way back through center, rooting down into the hands. Pop that right knee up and make big circles through the right hip here. Doesn't matter which direction they go, push evenly into the hands and then take those circles in the opposite direction. And take that right foot out long behind you, plant the toes down, push out through the heel. Start to draw your heart center forward, plant into the palms, lift that right leg up, and then bend the right knee and flex the foot. We'll pulse that foot up towards the ceiling 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now bring that right knee in line with the left. Root evenly into the hands. We're going to take this right knee out to the right, opening and closing the hip for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and hold. Maybe extend that right leg out, rebend the knee, and plant the right knee next to the left. Wave out the hips, maybe lift the hands, shake out the hands, or roll out the wrists. Coming back through that tabletop position, push into the hands, squeeze the belly button in, pop that left knee up, and make big circles through the left hip. Pushing evenly into the hands so we're not dumping into the right side. Then take those circles in the opposite direction. Then reach that left leg out long, plant the toes down, push out through the heel. Draw the crown of your head forward, push into the floor, lift that left leg up, bend the knee. We're going to pulse that foot up, flex the left foot for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swing that left knee down next to the right, but don't tap it down to the mat. We're going to open and close that hip for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, maybe extend the leg out to the left, rebend the knee and plant it next to the right. Take your knees wide, big toes to touch. Sink your hips back towards your heels, drop your forehead down to the mat, and maybe squeeze and release the fingers or roll out the wrists here in your Y-knee child's pose. Reestablish the breath. And start to make your way back up through center. Push up and back and into your first downward facing dog here. Maybe lift and lower the heels or pedal out the feet a few times.
And take your feet as wide apart as the mat here. Put a bend into the knees and walk your hands back to meet the feet. So we've got a wider stance. Hands to the shins. Lift and lengthen on your inhale. Exhale, fold yourself forward. Then root into the heels, bend the knees, and ragdoll. Roll yourself all the way up to standing at the back of the mat. Find yourself standing with a little bit wider stance here. Next inhale, we're going to sweep the arms up. Exhale, take a swan dive forward. Inhale, bring the hands to the shins, lift and lengthen. Now listen carefully on your exhale. Slide your hands down your shins and take an active squat. Thighs coming on probably parallel to the floor. Then inhale and sweep your way all the way up. Exhale the hands through heart center. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, take the hands to the shins, lengthen your spine. On your exhale, take that active squat, long spine, hips reaching down. Push into the floor. Inhale, sweep it up. Exhale the hands through heart center. Last one. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Inhale, hands to the shins, lengthen. Exhale, active squat. Inhale, root down, rise and reach. Exhale the hands through heart center. Full round of breath. Inhale. Sigh it out. You can step or heel toe your feet closer together right under the hips into your Tadasana pose now. Next, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale and take a swan dive forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Then walk it out all the way into a plank pose, or maybe a knees down plank. Draw the crown of your head forward. Turn the creases of the elbows forward. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your left knee down to the mat and then swing the right foot out. Line up your toes in line with your left knee, pointing forward to the front of the room. Root down into the outer edge of that right foot, and then maybe start to take some forward and back rocks here. In this extended child's pose-like shape. Last one. Bring it all the way back through center, and then continue heel toe this right foot all the way up outside the right hand. You might scooch that left knee back a little, take a longer stance into your lizard lunge. Find a little movement first, rock the hips side to side, maybe some circles, and then settle in for some more stillness here. That might be up on the hands. That might mean rolling that right foot out to the outer edge. That might mean lowering down forearms or forearms to blocks. Breathe space into the hips, into the thighs. Length through the spine. And start to walk yourself back up onto the hands. Take both hands now over towards the left side of the mat as you heel toe that right foot towards the center line. Tuck your left toes under. Pop that left knee up and walk both hands over to the left. Lift and lengthen on your inhale, then take one hand and then the other to the tops of the hips and come all the way up. Turn those right toes out now. Turn the left toes in. We're going to keep this right leg straight, but make sure you have a little bounce through the knee. Sweep the arms up, shoulder height. Pull this left shoulder back. Fingertips reaching. Push the feet down and away. Find your breath. Take your gaze out over the middle finger of that right hand. Now start to draw those right fingertips as far forward as you can towards the front of the mat. Push into that right big toe mound and then reach it back up through center. Pull the right fingertips towards the front of the mat. Reach yourself back through center. Last one. Pull. Push the feet down and away and back up through center. Parallel the toes. Sweep the arms up. Push the feet in opposite directions. Make yourself big here. Expansive through your body in this star pose. Inhale. Exhale, release down to the mat. Lift and lengthen, and then walk it to the back of your mat, framing out your left foot now. Drop your right knee down to the mat. Pick up this left hand, heel toe your left foot out, and then sweep those left toes back in line with the right. Okay, you're back in this gate pose, extended child's pose shape. Start to take those rocks forward and back. And come all the way back up through center. Keep sweeping those left toes all the way around and over to the right. Look back towards your left foot on the right side of your body, and then sink your hips back. You can even push into your hands and push the hips back into the right. Push that left heel backwards. Coming all the way up through center, sweep that left foot back. Find a vinyasa or head right into a downward facing dog from here. Once more, we're going to meet up in a downward facing dog. From your down dog, take your feet as wide apart as your mat. Turn your heels in and your toes out a little bit and start to walk your hands back towards your feet. Taking an active squat, lift the heart so the thighs are coming parallel with the mat. Long spine here, root into the heels. You can stay right there or you can lift the hands. Remember, we're in an active squat, so we're not dropping the hips lower than the thighs, lower than the knees. A lot of work. See if you can lift and wiggle your toes. Take another inhale. Release the hands back down if they're lifted. Walk yourself back out into your downward facing dog. Step your feet closer in and then drop that right knee down to the mat. Start to sweep the left toes out to the left into your gate pose shape. Walk your hands back towards you and come all the way up into a gate pose. So that left foot is extended, toes point in the same direction as the right knee. Push down into the top of the right thigh. Sweep your right arm up along the ear line. Take a side bend over to the left, sliding that left hand down the leg. Push into the outer edge of the left foot. And drop that left shoulder away from your ear. Notice your breath. And come all the way back up through center. Release your hands down to the mat and start to heel toe this left foot more towards center, towards outer edge of that left hand. Maybe you scooch that right knee back a little for a longer stance and into your lizard lunge. Roll that left foot to the outer side, maybe. Maybe you stay up on the hands, lengthening the spine, or maybe you start to lower onto your forearms here. Focus on the breath. Start to make your way back up onto your hands if you lowered. Take both hands to the right side of the mat and heel toe that left foot in towards the center line. Then tuck those right toes under, pop that right knee up and walk both hands over to the right. Lift up halfway, one hand to each hip and come all the way up. Turn the left toes out now, right toes in your triangle legs. So a little bend through that left knee, but we're keeping that leg straight. Sweep the arms up shoulder height and then pull this right shoulder back. Push into the outer edge of that right foot. Find a few breaths here. Then start to pull these left fingertips over the left foot and come back up through center. Reaching the left hand back up through center. One more time. Reach that left hand back up through the center. Parallel the toes. Reach the fingertips wide and push into the outer edges of the feet. Expansive in your star pose. Inhale. Exhale and fold forward. Lengthen the spine. Walk it back to the top of the mat. Framing out your right foot. Drop your left knee. And then start to sweep those right toes back in line with the left knee. Walk your hands back. Come all the way up into your gate pose. Left arm reaches up. Right hand slides down right leg and into your gate pose. Drop this right shoulder away from your ear. Push into the outer edge of that right foot. Come all the way back up through center. Release the hands down to the mat. Slide that right foot back. Find your way through a vinyasa or right into your downward facing dog here. However that looks for you today. From this down dog, step your feet out wide up as the mat. Turn the heels in, toes a little bit out. Start to walk your hands back towards your feet. As you do that, squat down into your yogi squat malasana. You can always sit on a book, on a block, on a stool. Get some support for the hips. You can keep the fingertips down, or you could take the hands to heart center. If your heels are lifted, maybe fold up the mat so that you have support under your heels. Push your elbows into your inner knees and lift the crown of your head. Draw your belly button in. Few moments of breath here. Maybe you even soften or close the eyes. One more inhale. Slowly lower the hands. Lift the hips and slide yourself back out into a downward facing dog. Drop your knees down. Take the big toes to touch. Sink it back into a wide kneed child's pose. Release the forehead down to the mat. Find your breath. Start to lift up through center. You can cross the ankles or swing your legs off to one side, coming down into a seated position, easy seat. It doesn't matter which leg is in front. Sitting up nice and tall. Take your hands to the tops of the knees and start to draw the heart center through as you inhale. Exhale and round it back. So taking some seated cat-cows here. Inhale, arch. Exhale to round. Using your own breath pace, you can pull the hands on the knees in both positions to exaggerate the movement of the spine here. And bring yourself back up through center. Take the soles of the feet together now and grab onto the ankles. Give a draw on the ankles. Pull the shoulder blades together. Lift through the crown of the head. Long spine. Deep breaths. You can stay here just drawing the outer edges of the legs towards the floor, or maybe you start to fold forward, drawing your heart center towards your feet, long spine. You can even use your elbows to push the knees closer to the floor. Then once you've hit that beautiful, sweet edge of stretch, drop your chin towards your chest and release the back of the neck. Start to pull your way all the way back up through center if you took that fold. Take your left leg across and cross your right foot over the left leg. You can keep this left knee bent, or you could extend that leg out in front of you if having it bent is just too much for today. Turn the right toes out at an angle. Now I'm not mirroring you, so I am doing the same side. It'll look backwards. Right toes point out to the left at an angle. Draw your heart center up towards that right knee, and then start to wrap this left arm around that leg. Right hand sweeps behind you, opening into a twist. You can stay right here, or you could take that left elbow to the outer edge of the right leg and open it up even more, pointing the fingertips up and spreading the fingers wide. One more inhale. On your exhale, take a counter twist the other way. Plant the hands, dip your chest down, and then come back up through center. Take your hands behind you and switch out the legs. So the right leg is bent or straight and the left foot is crossed over the right thigh, toes pointing out at an angle. First, just grab that left leg and lift up tall, lengthen the spine. Wrapping the right arm around the left leg now. Sweep this left hand behind. Open that twist. Lift through the crown of the head with each inhale. Open that twist with each exhale. You can stay there or hook the right elbow or upper arm to the outer edge of that left knee. Take the breath where it needs to go here. One more inhale. On your exhale, unwind and also plant the hands. Dip the chest down. Take that counter twist and then unwind the feet, planting the feet hip width apart. Take your hands behind you. Doesn't matter if the fingertips face towards you or away. Push down into the palms, lift through the heart, and start to windshield wiper the knees side to side. Now you can stay right there. You could start to reach the arm in the same direction that the knees are going, opposite arm reaching. If you want to take it a little further than that, start to plant that hand, dip your chest down towards the thigh, back through center to the other side. Dip, lift, and switch. Let's do one more time on each side so we stay nice and even. Come back through center. Grab onto the backs of the thighs right below the knees. Round through your spine and then roll yourself back onto your back. Draw your knees up and into the chest. Give yourself a little hug. Rock side to side. Arrive on your back. Take those rocks into some circles in either direction. And take those circles in the other direction. And draw your knees up into your chest. One hand to each knee, circle them away from and towards one another. And take those circles in the other direction. And draw the knees up into the chest, wide towards the armpits. Stay there or take your peace fingers this time around your big toes and find your happy baby that way with peace fingers wrapping around the big toes. And maybe rock side to side.
Opening the hips just a tiny bit more by drawing each leg down. Release your happy baby. Draw your knees up into your chest. Turn yourself into the tightest little ball that you can, lifting head and chest, squeezing everything in tight. And then slowly begin to release all the way down and into a Shavasana pose, whatever that looks like for you. I encourage you not to skip this part. Give yourself these last few moments of practice to rest, to integrate what you just did into your body. Take a moment for rest. You might feel as though you have some more pressing things to get to or important things to do, but I promise you that you will not regret taking these few minutes at the end of your practice to soften, relax, release into some stillness. Feel the back of your body resting on the floor. Feel the floor rising up to meet you in support. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your own breath. Notice where you feel it in your body. Allow your forehead to smooth, your eyes to soften in their sockets. Let your jaw unclench and your shoulders sink down towards the mat. Paying more attention to the breath, let each exhale relax you deeper into stillness, like wax melting into the floor. Let each muscle release, let go. You're welcome to stay here for as long as you like. Maybe taking even 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes to let yourself be. If you're ready to make your way out of your Shavasana, slowly start to move fingers and toes. Start to deepen your breath. As you're ready, rolling to one side and into a fetal position. Then using your hands and arms to push up and into a comfortable seat. Eyes soft or even closed and hands to heart center. We'll release our practice with a deep breath in the nose and out the mouth. Deep inhale. Let it go. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today, and I hope the rest of your day is beautiful.